This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag Game in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Cabus. There are a variety of insects that producers tackle on a daily basis, and pests are always a tricky problem for producers because of the costs, education, and supply it takes to eradicate them from the operation. That's why a series of sorghum production schools were offered in early February of 2015 to provide in-depth training targeted for sorghum producers, including ones that are having problems with pests in their crops. The schools were held at a variety of locations, and the one Ag Game in Kansas attended was in Hutchinson. And this one was sponsored by several entities with an interest in the sorghum industry. Take a look.
Also, there's some other aphids that can affect sorghum. One is the green bug. Green bugs used to be our primary sorghum pest back in the 70s and 80s, early 90s. Everybody was worried about green bugs. There was all kinds of plant breeding going on to develop resistance to the green bugs, and we do have 5 different biotypes of green bugs now, and we do have resistance to those green bugs, but primarily we don't have green bugs to worry about anymore. So most of the growers don't worry about resistant varieties as far as green bugs. Last year in 2014, we had our first official case of the white sugarcane aphid or the sorghum aphid, whichever you prefer. It's the same insect. It's normally has been in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast states. It's moved from Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia. It's moved up to Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, and last year in August we found it in Sumner County, in one field, I believe, in Sumner County. So that was our first official detection of the sorghum aphid in Kansas. This aphid can be devastating, and it depends on when it comes in. We don't really think it's going to overwinter in Kansas. We're not sure whether it's going to overwinter in Oklahoma or not, but you know, it just depends on how fast it migrates south, or I mean how fast it migrates north once the growing season starts, as to whether it's actually going to cause a problem in sorghum producing fields in Kansas. It can reproduce quite rapidly, as all aphids can, because they do not mate. They do not have to wait for eggs to hatch. They're just all females. They produce females. 3 to 5 days later, those females are feeding and they're reproducing more females, so those populations can explode very, very quickly. Whether it's a green bug or the sorghum aphid, either one, those populations can just go bananas on you very quickly. Especially anymore, we're spraying a lot of alfalfa fields, we're spraying a lot of wheat fields, so we're killing a lot of the beneficial insects that help hold some of these aphids in check. So if we do get the sorghum aphid early on, it could be a problem. There's no way to tell, but one of the nice things is there is some resistance available in some commercial varieties. If we do start having consistent problems with the sorghum aphid, there's some, like I said, some varieties that have some resistance, so that it shouldn't be a problem early on. There are some insecticides that are just being registered, special local need insecticides, to spray later in the year as a foliar spray, which do a pretty good job of controlling the aphid. So I think if we do have it, and if it does become a problem, we have some of the management tactics that we can use to help overcome the problem.
Be sure to discuss any problems that you have on your operation with local extension agents if you are unsure what to do. Thanks for watching. We'll have more after the break.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe. Here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center, utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.